We're going to look a little more at commands in this module in Chapter 4. PowerShell commands are really sent to the computer in two different ways. Either from the console, as we've seen here, when I just type a command in here, like get help, for example, and then it's sent directly, of course, to Windows to be processed. The other way is through PS1 files. Now, this, of course, would require the ISE, PowerShell ISE here, and you would write a script using multiple lines here, and then save this as a PS1 file. And you can see here that PS1 is the default. And I would save it to a PS1 file, and then I can run that file, which would run a set of commands for me all at once. Now, under the hood, what's going on with PowerShell is something called .NET. If you're a programmer, and I know we probably have one or two who have some programming experience here in the class, .NET is a library of commands that is set up within Windows that you can use when programming in various types of programs. And PowerShell happens to be one of those types of programs that uses this .NET. What it does is it borrows code from this library of different commands that are in the .NET library. And then when you run a PowerShell command, it runs through the .NET interpreter, which is capable of recognizing and knowing how these commands work, and then that in turn sends the command on down to Windows. So this .NET thing is a two-part system, a command library and a command interpreter. And PowerShell kind of sits there above this interpreter and runs the commands through that interpreter before it gets to Windows. Really, that's the simplified version, but that's all that we're going to say as far as how these things work under the hood.